Today.
Let me just be really, really clear about some things. Like, we are not, I don't even know what to say. We are techie people, but not that much. So this is very comical for us to kind of do this and all of that. You should see us beforehand. We don't have producers or anything like that. So we're like, look at your hair. Wait, did you see yours? Is this one sticking up? So it's very, very comical. So we want to say thank you guys. Those of you who are tuning in, those of you who are going to watch the replay. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to have fun with this. So we hope that you guys are too. We hope that you guys will ask questions so that we can kind of answer. And today we figured we'd give you sort of a peek about how we used to be. And we laugh because most of you know out there, when you try to solve a problem in your life, it's layers. It's not just like, oh, I did it and it's fine. To be fully transparent and honest, we know that it's layers. So that's why we laugh, because we're like, yeah, we did it. We hope we got mostly, if not all of the layers complete. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to talk about really one of the big things that held us back in our life. You know, we believe this whole series about life getting better, but we realized some things that were holding us back. Do you want to start, or you want?
Well, to piggyback on what you said, mm-hmm. it's about things that we've learned that we know not to do now, or to do it differently. You know, a lot of things we weren't taught. Mm-hmm. Some things you were taught, you forgot. Mm-hmm. And then with going to school, you learn things in school. So you learn things in school and you learn things at home, then you decide which one to use. Mm-hmm. And through that, you make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
So you can go from there.
No, that's so true. And so one of the big things that in this talk about layers, one of the big things was money for us.
Money. In any relationship, you have to talk about money, because how you do money is different.
Yes, exactly. And we want to start off by saying there isn't one right way to do money as far as a relationship goes.
Everybody does it differently.
Right. This is just how we do it. So I want to put that out there to say we're just going to talk about our own experiences and what we've learned and how we do it and kind of how we make it better.
Experts. There's no CPA behind my name. I have none of that.
We have one though.
A very good one.
Yes.
But this is just things that we learned that we just want to share. It's all about sharing.
Yeah. So what would you say was one of the big mistakes that you were making about money?
Getting a credit card my second day in college. Now, you all know you go to college and there's that expo and there's a one table with a credit card. And they got the little gifts, the nice pens, the nice little squeezy balls. Yeah. And what do they say? Yeah. Yes, you can get a credit card. I can? Of course you can. Sign here.
Yeah.
And what do? You get one and then you use it. And then the bill comes and, I'll pay that bill later. And then a bill gets bigger and next thing you know, you're in debt with no job trying to pay a credit card off in college. Now, it doesn't happen for everybody, but I remember getting that first credit card. I won't even say what the name of it was, but I remember getting that first credit card.
And I think, too, with that, it becomes a habit. So did you carry that on into your adult life?
Yes, I did. Because with credit cards, you can pay for stuff. If you don't have the cash right then and there, you put that credit card, pay for it, and then you pay it for later. But I had to learn that you're paying double sometimes when you wait to pay it on a credit card. And then if you don't pay the full amount off, now you're adding on more fee because you didn't pay that full amount off.
Yeah, that interest.
Right.
And that's the thing that we don't think about.
Math class didn't teach that.
Yeah, if it did, I missed it. I'm going to just say that. If you did, teachers out there, I missed it.
So credit cards are good to have because it helps you with your credit to increase your credit score. So it's good to have a credit card. Emergencies come up. You never know what's going to happen. So if you're a responsible person, then yes, it is good. I'm not saying anything bad about credit cards. You just have to know how to use them. Is the key. How to use them and when to use them. How about you?
Yeah, and there wasn't a class on that. Like, I remember the same thing. I remember at my college, too, that they offered the credit cards, and I remember getting them. I can't tell you how many credit cards I've had over the years, but I remember getting them, and I think what happened was I started to finance my life with credit cards. thinking that it was okay if I wanted to buy something that I could just use a credit card, not realizing that I was financing my life, that I was buying things, obviously, that I couldn't afford at the moment. And maybe I needed to say no at the moment.
Maybe you didn't need them either, though.
Right. Exactly. I didn't need it at that second per se. Now, granted, if you used a credit card because your car broke down and you need to get to work, that's a whole different ballgame.
That's an emergency, because it doesn't always happen, and that's a need. You need your car to get to work. But if you go into the store, you go into the mall, you buy the credit card, and you go crazy. Now that's
Yeah. Well, you're right. That's a different thing. So I think, credit card, I would say, was one of the things. But one of the bigger things for me was budget. So I lived on a budget. I was like a budget queen. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a budget in balance. But what happened for me is that I would create a budget, and I would create this very tiny budget because I was afraid of not having enough money.
Money and fear.
Yes. And then what would happen is there might be things I really desire or I really want, but I would settle. And I would be like, no, that's not okay. So instead of thinking, well, how do I make more money? Or how do I save money? Or how do I have my money grow for me? I didn't think of any of those things. I just kept kind of shrinking the budget and convincing myself, well, okay, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I'll just settle. It'll be fine. I don't need new shoes. It's okay. This has a hole in it. It's okay. I ain't bought a shirt in 10 years. It's fine. I don't have this. It's okay. I just kept making excuses. So when you bring those two dynamics together, someone who's used to living on credit cards and someone who's used to micromanaging a budget.
Wait, I got one more to throw in there.
Good.
Now, those of you that are older like me, remember that thing called layaway? Remember layaway back in the day? They brought it back now. Yeah. But I remember being a kid going down in New York on 125th Street. You go to those stores, you see what you want. Oh, put it on layaway. That's $5 a week. Now, it did teach you how to wait for things, though.
That's true.
I will say that.
That's true.
It did teach you, okay, I can't have this right now, but I put my $5 on it, and I'm going to get it in 30 days.
Yeah.
So I remember doing that when I was younger and had money layaway.
Yeah. And I think that might have been a better practice, though, than living off of a credit card, because with layaway too, a lot of the plans, they didn't have interest. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if it said $29, that's exactly what you were going to pay.
Right.
And then you budgeted your paycheck accordingly
to go get that outfit that you wanted to put on layaway a month ago.
Right. Exactly. And hopefully you remembered and didn't forget. Right.
Hopefully that style is still in.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's so true. But I remember a kid on a limited budget, a teenager, I should say.
Teenagers, yeah. I remember that.
And doing layaway. And I think that was a good premise. And then, like you said, you advanced onto credit cards. Mm-hmm. And I advanced onto managing budget. Mm-hmm. So imagine bringing these two issues
by the credit card
and baggage.
Yes.
Right. To the table. She's whipping out credit cards and I'm like, no, it's not in the budget. Like, we can't. And I'm squeezing and she's like, I need new sneakers. I need new shoes for work. No. We can't have that. We can't do that. Mm-hmm. So it created some havoc in the beginning. Yeah. It really did. We had to sit
Money
down.
Conflicts.
Yeah. We had to sit down and have a serious conversation to say, okay, wait a minute. You know, there's good to both of the strategies that we had. It's good to have a budget. It's absolutely good to use credit cards, like Rochelle was saying, to increase your credit and for emergencies.
Right.
So how do we bring the good components of these two things together and make it work?
Well, like you said, definitely communication. Well, why do you do what you do? You know, look at it. So why was I using credit card instead of using cash, mm-hmm. or instead of saying, okay, I really need that? It's having a conversation with yourself, but bringing it to your partner, to your spouse. This is why I want it. This is why I'm using this. Well, does that make sense, really? So it's about having a real conversation. And then even if you want that thing, do you have to have it right now? Mm-hmm. Do I need those sneakers right this minute? Mm-hmm. Can that wait? Mm-hmm. And you wait, you might not want it when you think you do.
Yeah, that's very true. And I think too, the other thing is looking at yourself, because we can go back and forth at our partner and say, well, you You're doing this, you're doing that, blah, blah, blah. But you have to look at yourself. So I had to look at myself to say, okay, well, what's up? What's my baggage here? You know, why am I micromanaging? And to be really honest, it goes back like, it might go back 4 generations, but I'm not going to put that on my great grandma because I don't know. But I know my grandmama and I know my mama. And it went back. I was the 3rd generation kind of living this way in a sense of really living in this scarcity mindset. You know, my grandmother had a major influence on me. She raised me. I lived with my grandmother until I was like 13 years old. And my grandmother grew up during the Depression era. So imagine somebody having that kind of trauma and they raise you. Yeah, that's holding on. Fear of losing, fear of scarcity. So when she bought things almost, you know, sometimes to excess. So when I saw that, I was like, why do we have 5 of these in the house? So I did the opposite. I was like, I'm not going to be bombarded.
I think because one of them might break, so we need 5 of them.
Yeah.
Like when we go grocery shopping, I get 2 everything. Why you need 2? Just in case.
Okay, 2 is fine, but 5? Like 5, then that's kind of been our compromise. Yeah. Like 5 is not enough. And I'm like, I don't want any extra. I don't want any clutter. It's got to be this tight thing. And so we had to figure out the balance, but I had to also identify where it was coming from.
Yeah.
You know, personally.
Why was I spending? Where was that coming from as well?
Exactly. So we had to do work together as far as communicating, but we also had to look at, okay, where is this stuff coming from? Like, because it didn't just happen, you know, today. It's been there for a long time. It's a habit, you know, and we weren't in this relationship until we were much older. So we were bringing in habits that were 20 years. I was
going to say, if you're with, like, let's say you're with your ex and you and your ex spent one way, now you're with a different person, that's a different conversation to have.
Right.
You know, what you did with your ex, you can't do with your present person. You have to have that conversation. And money is hard to talk about because, you know, people think their money is theirs.
Yeah.
You know, they don't talk about that's my money. No, it's yeah, you made it, but it's our money.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation to have. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, for me, mine was so deep rooted. You know, it, like we talked about in the beginning, it was layers. It was very deep rooted because mine had gotten to a point where it's impacting my self-esteem. You know, so I was settling and giving up things and not desiring more things and not desiring the bigger things and not going after bigger dreams or bigger goals because it was like, no, life is all right. You know, this is just fine. So when we talk about it was money, but it trickled into other areas of my life. So if I'm creating a small budget and thinking scarcity, then I'm not dreaming big anymore.
And I'm dreaming so big that I want to go get it.
Right. So imagine that.
Like, well, why can't we have this? Right. So yeah, it's totally. That's funny. I said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's opposites.
Yeah.
Two opposites that have to compromise and come together and agree.
Yeah.
But look at why we're doing what we're doing.
Absolutely. So when she started talking about, like she said, bigger dreams, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I don't want to squash her bigger dreams,
but
you know, but I'm like looking at mine saying mine are too small. So how do I fix it? You know, because that wasn't her work to do. That was my work to do.
And my work was to bring it down and realize that credit card can't pay for all your dreams. You know, you have to budget. So I had to learn that. Not that I didn't know how to, but it's about doing it. You know, because remember when you got your first checking account and gave it that little book and you had to write it out. Remember that? So it's not that we didn't have this. I didn't have the skills. Just about wasn't using it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking your brain. I had this money. I'm just going to go use credit card.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, I feel like one of our big saving graces with this area was entrepreneurship.
Yes, entrepreneurship has taught me so much.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yeah, it is true. Because entrepreneurship will teach you all the things you didn't even want to know. Let me be really clear. Entrepreneurship will teach you some things that you was like, I don't want to learn this lesson. This lesson's hard. Like but entrepreneurship helped us to dream.
Yes.
You know, and it also, think about it. We both worked jobs most of our lives. And there's always a cap, right? Your salary is capped. Even, you know, if you want to go to the next level to get a raise, there may be somebody already in that position. So you got to wait for them to leave. So there was always a ceiling.
Even if you do overtime.
Right. You can only work with so many hours. You're human.
Right.
So there's a cap
So
on that.
that's a cap too.
Yeah. But entrepreneurship had us be like, well, wait, I can make as much as I want.
Mm-hmm.
Like I set the amount.
I set the amount and I set the time. Entrepreneurship.
Right. So it's been one of the things that totally has made our life better. And this is why we've taken up, kind of taken up the torch and decided, you know what, this is what we want to help other people do.
Totally.
It's the thing that really has trickled in all areas of our life to make things better. Mm-hmm. It really has.
And it's also a different level. Entrepreneurship is about you being happy with what you're doing. And your money's happy, you're happy. Mm-hmm. It just goes together.
Yeah. And the time you're spending, like dreading a job and going in day, and that that's where most of your week is going. There's a lot of dread going on. But like you said, doing something that you love and with people we love, it's so much easier.
Right. You're looking forward to Monday.
Yeah.
Some folks that have a per se job don't look forward to Monday. But if you're an entrepreneur and you love what you're doing, Monday's coming. It's like it's a Friday. It's a breeze.
Yeah. Like we have a meeting tonight later on. Looking at time. Oh yeah, right. Sorry, we have 2 meetings tonight. I forgot. We have 2 meetings tonight, and it's okay because we're going to be around people we enjoy, and we really enjoy communicating with. We have fun with them, so it doesn't feel like a big deal. It's not like, oh gosh, I gotta go clock in or something like that. So we're really fortunate.
Yes, we are.
We really are. And the mentors that we've had with entrepreneurship have been wonderful for us.
And all are different.
Yeah.
They're different, and their way of doing things are different too, but it's taught us. It taught us how to look at entrepreneurship that works for us.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship works for everybody differently. It's how it works for you in your life.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so what are our 4 pillars? By the time we finish the series, we'll get it right.
Time freedom.
Yeah. So one of our pillars of our business that we do and we help our clients figure out is how to get time freedom in their life. Because everybody has different lifestyles.
That's right. Everybody does.
And so you want that lifestyle that really, really fits you. And we also believe one of our second premises is about you choosing a business that's right for you, that's in alignment with who you are. Mm-hmm. So that's really, really crucial. We don't believe in chasing the money.
No, we don't. We don't. And with chasing money, that means you're fearing that it's not going to come, so you have to chase it. And money and fear doesn't go together.
No, they don't like each other. They don't play nice.
And with the third pillar is what we're doing right now, helping other people.
Yeah.
We're just giving out information. We're just having a conversation. But something in our conversation, somebody might say, you know what, I'm going to try that. Mm-hmm. So this is our way of helping, our way of giving back. Yeah. And what's that 4th pillar?
The 4th one is what we talked about just a minute ago, is unlimited income. We really believe that you get to set your limit. You get to set how much you want to make and what you want to do. So we totally believe in unlimited income. So we don't set the cap for our clients. They get to decide what's right for them. And they may decide one point they're at one number and then they grow into another number when they feel comfortable and they can handle it. So we do it at their pace.
Right. And we're here on the journey with them.
Exactly. So for you guys, well, I think we've taken up enough of your time today, but because we could keep talking. But the reality of it is, if you guys are interested in getting information from us helping you, creating a breakthrough in your life so that your life can get better, we want you to book some time with us. We're, like Rochelle said, we love helping people. We're doing mini breakthrough sessions, really helping people get a strategy that they can do right now to improve their life. That's the basis of this strategy, is so that you can get a next step so that you can move your life in the direction that you desire. Not what we say, but what you think is best for you. So we will put it in the comment section for those of you we're on multiple platforms.
That's why my eyes keep changing.
Yeah, mine too. So we'll put it in the comment sections for those of you who aren't seeing it on the screen right now. So if you want to book a time and we can have a conversation with you guys to help you get to that better life, we would absolutely love to do that.
Yes, we would.
We absolutely would. And we will be back tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Yes, for the next part. All right, guys.
You guys have a great evening and keep doing what you're doing. Bye-bye.
Bye.